The thing is, when somebody who's been a mentor or who's been dear to you passes, I used to imagine that there's going to be tears and banging your hands up and down and just absolute mayhem.
It is, so we were like, Dhairya is awesome, what a guy and all, but it is fiction. To find a real
Yeah.
individual like this,
Impossible.
If Netflix is going to sponsor my fictionalized version of life the way they are doing with Masaba in Masaba, because I don't know, it's just a very clever, I would say, the line between fiction and non-fiction. Then I think I'm ready to trade off. So today with Peeping Moon, I'm here for Masaba Part 2 with MG and Dhairya. Or just call them like Masaba and Neil. That also works fine. But hi guys.
yeah, how you doing?
I'm good.
Ankit.
Are we trading off the lives? Like, can I step in there?
Sure.
And I think your paperwork is ready. Netflix has the contract already.
It's all set.
Come on, get an
Yeah.
autograph diary. We can do
Supporting cast, everything is ready.
this. But compliments to you and kudos to you that what started off as a real life interpretation of your life events, and when you merge it with a semi-fictionalized version of course, taking like instances and putting them together, has done wonders. And when I moved to the second season, which I had the privilege to watch thanks to Netflix before viewers could, you have underlined almost a life lesson in every episode,
Right.
be it depression, be it trolls, be it fame. How do you see this change, or was it like more than a change? It was a thought out process that you have to give out a message in every episode.
I don't think we ever sit down and say, okay, this is something that we must talk about because either it's a trending topic or it's something that we know will get us eyeballs. The only thing that, the one message that I really consciously wanted to put in, and I think even Sonam Nair wanted to, was the part about freezing your eggs. Because I think women are, and I'm seeing it around me, I'm seeing it like I'm seeing the nerves, as you turn 30 and you turn 31 and then you're 32 and then suddenly you're 35 and then everyone says have a baby before 30 and you're like, oh, I'm 5 years late. And I just think that around me I see beautiful, talented, smart women who find it impossible to find a man. Find it impossible to find a date. Forget about a man to spend the rest of your life with, She's like me. It's just, that's the way it is. Like beautiful men and women both are just single. And women obviously have this clock that's ticking. So I said, we must assure women that it's okay, if you want to go the unconventional route of just freezing your eggs or, having a baby via surrogacy, whatever it might be, and not doing the traditional thing of, हाँ मैं arranged marriage कर लूँगी or I'll marry somebody who I have nothing in common with. I just think the idea of the compromise is the strongest message in season 2, be it on your weight or the body type or your mental health or your marriage or babies. I think we're just saying that women don't need to compromise. You're fine by yourself. You have, girlfriends, you have your families, you have yourself, your biggest support system. And I think that to me was the biggest message in season 2, without making it a preachy message.
What do you think? Because your character has been somebody who goes up to her at some point in the show, that it's okay to have somebody once in a while, and it's okay that if I lend you a shoulder, you can cry on.
Yeah.
How you summarize Masaba's version to this question?
Yeah, my responsibility as Dhairya is to sort of, it's like a tennis match between these two characters, and there's complexities going on. The beginning of it starts with that, Masaba's, there's a rude awakening in a manner where, stylists a decade younger in terms of who started just like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And haven't invested the time, to practice. I guess one feels that as an actor also, because you're like, you like,
It's a very nice analogy.
dude, you have done your time. All right,
Yeah.
15 years, almost 20 years, you've done your time. And then the mass media has boomed and everybody's on TV in some manner. and then you're like, hey man, that's kind of like wrong. You this new person just come, but it's all good. This is the process. So just being at those different points, coming into either check in on Masaba and my personal interest as the area to sort of, at least in this season, there's it's a bit of a I could lose the game as well.
He's fighting to win.
Fighting to win, that's
Not
right.
cut to be the PQ. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You will understand, guys, when you see the show. So I
Yeah.
will not put it out much.
I have a very interesting story about PQ and a regular, like, Dhairya's character in the show is a regular great boy, man, whatever, he's just, it's like that perfect on paper, does well, dresses well, sharp, suave, all of that, intelligent, etc., very caring, all of that. And women just don't want it. Women always want the boy who's the bad boy.
Yeah.
And the bad boy gives you PQ. This one doesn't.
Doesn't.
But you know what I mean? So I
But
think
this
all
boy
of
will plan your summer holidays, your winter
Yeah.
holidays. They will be Spain. They will be
which
no
baby
pain.
is going to which
Correct.
school, all that, like passport banwana and all that kind of shit.
Death. I hate.
Moving on. Were you trying to do a tarifa when I saw Kingdom? I have to ask you, Riya and Sonam are your great friends. Everyone knows that. But when I saw the song, I'm like, oh my God. Like,
I'm your king.
I'm like, I'm the king. I'm like, this is this entire Kingdom approach and the last golden dress move. I'm like, I am getting a tarifa redux. So what is happening? I'm going to ask Masaba.
I don't think we reference Tarifa, but it's my favorite song. One of my favorite songs. I always played, even when I'm with Riya and Sonam, I'm always playing Tarifa. But we just wanted to do like a fun pop song, And if you see Mini Masaba is also there towards the end, and she's wearing this that leopard print dress, and she's like stroking the silver leopard. It's too good. The crown. It's out of control. But we just wanted to have a fun song that basically is a message that now I'm here, I've arrived, and I'm taking control of my life.
Neil, when there is a show which is, of course, lovely that a woman's perspective is being put out, her world for the audience to see, her struggles, how she wants her life to be. And there is this man, your character we have in this season, Fateh, as well. How are these characters designed and how do you think they progress? Considering बहुत टाइम तक मैंने ये बात सुनी है कि जैसे कोई भी फीमेल लेड शो या फिल्म होती है तो उसका राइटर या उसका डायरेक्टर कोई मेल क्यों है, let it come from a female gaze. In your case, it has come from Sonam.
Yeah.
But when Sonam is writing a female story with male characters like you or a Fateh and here on and forth, even in the past, how do you see your character graph in that one? Like, does it suit your believability factor also?
Very good question. Thank you. Yes, in fact, I have worked with a lot of, most of my directors have been women directors. Also, when we were doing Channel V stuff, which is very similar to
Just like
the way we're spending time right now.
yeah. Jamming.
Jamming. It was our producers, our directors were always women. And so I was fortunate to get into a time of anyway that transition, which was happening. And I think on the writing, I have noticed on the writing front, it's your male characters may not be there all the time, but when they do appear in the world, they are very well nuanced and they're very well rounded. There's an extra something that's there. You're not just a token guy.
I think, if I may add here to interject you, I think the tenderness which I see in male characters written by a female gaze, normally men in our cinema or OTTs or stuff is so tough and so solid, but to see the softness, like to let your guard down technically.
Yeah.
I think that's what at least works for me
course.
here in this one.
But it's still a collective. I remember our first reading that we had
Yeah.
at Ashwini
Panchami's.
Yardi's.
Was it?
No, that is
That was
Acha.
that was
first
the
reading
test.
was the second one.
Okay, for season 2.
For season
At
2
Vineyard.
at
Yeah.
Vineyard,
Yeah.
Ashwini Yardi's office, and we were doing this. Man, why do I keep losing my train of thought sometimes? What did you ask me just now?
Oh,
It's
we were
like
doing-
Finding Nemo, dude.
Yeah, we were
I'm
doing
like
our
Dory.
first reading
Yeah.
at Ashwini Yardi's office for season 2. And then what happened?
No,
You will have
that
to
I
tell me.
remember. What was the question?
I was saying that
I got it.
Female
I
gaze,
got
tenderness.
it. It's there. Yes, thank you very much. It is, so we were like, Dhairya is awesome. What a guy and all, but it is fiction. To find a real
Yeah.
individual like this,
Impossible.
I mean,
I would
yeah.
have been married by now, but anyway.
All of us, dear. All of us.
I'd also get married to a Dhairya then.
No, please just leave something for us. Like, just don't do it.
Yeah, just don't come the way.
Masaba, more than anything, what really touched my heart, and I hope I'm allowed to speak about, is that beautiful part about Wendell,
Yes.
Wendell Roderick. So, not just because of as a tribute, but coming from a point where you, being a celebrity, you have to process death in a public eye of somebody who also happens to be a celebrity, but you have your work going on, you have life going on, to keep up the pace with everything around you. Of course, in real life, it would have been as tough. But is it even tough to relive the same thing on screen and to not make it look like you are doing it for the sake of a show?
A camera, yeah. It's funny, but when I was told about Wendell's death, I was in a public thing. I was at some event. And I literally just stepped out because I got a message from my friend who was also very close to Wendell sir that that's it, Wendell has passed. That's it. And I stepped out and I called her. And the thing is, when somebody who's been a mentor or who's been dear to you passes, I used to imagine that there's going to be tears and banging your hands up and down and just absolute mayhem. But you actually go numb because you don't have any way to. It's weird, right? What does it mean when someone has passed? It's just that they've carried on somewhere. It's like a message on your phone you're not going to get a reply from. You know what I mean? It's really weird. I think it's one of the weirdest things that we go through in life. And I remember not having closure about his death until I went on to set for Masaba. And in that scene is when I had my closure, because I don't think I didn't end up going to his funeral. I never met his partner Jerome after that. It was just, there was nothing. I never went back to Goa after that. So I don't think there was any, okay, this is it, it's done, And it's funny, but the last message that I have from him was that you're looking so good, do a film. And I did. So I guess he's probably really happy. But it's weird to live certain moments. And I think it's also interesting because you get closure while you're doing the scene to things in life that you may not have even thought about.
That's lovely. I think to even get a closure in itself is a beautiful
It is,
feeling.
yeah.
Just
Well,
stick around.
before Netflix throws me out of this
Remember.
interview, I would just like say thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you for the time. And I can't wait for people to see it because this, guys, too many cameos, gonna love them by the time the show ends. I think I was cheering up. Oh my God, I saw that one. Oh my God. But I was like, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thanks
you
so much for a fantastic chat.